Welcome to my channel Chem Insider. In the previous video, we discussed about certain introduction of DCC, how DCC reacts with certain compounds, and what are the applications of DCC and what is the characteristic of DCC. We also discussed the mechanism of how DCC reaction taking place. Now, in the previous video, I gave you an answer question in order to explain the answer. You have to name the product formed in the example 1, that is when you treat AROH, that is phenol with methanol, in presence of DCC we get a product. What is the name of this product? This product is called as anisole. This product is called as anisole in a common name. Okay, so now let us start with today's video, that is about solving some more examples related to DCC reagent properties. We have a thionyl group, ARSH group, thio group, along with methanol. So this is again a same type of a reaction. Here the proton of the thio group will be removed. As a result, will be forming a formation of ARSME with a loss of water. So this is a simple reaction. Second example, we have carbon double bonded with nitrogen and two HOH groups. Since we have hydrogen and OH group in the same ring, so you can clearly say there is an elimination of water molecule, leading to the formation of nitrile group also, RC triple bond N. So this is the simple reaction. Now, if you consider for the sixth example, we have a OH group, we have a COOH group and a OCH3 group attached to a cyclohexane ring. As I said earlier, if you have an acid and an alcohol group present in a ring molecule, then what we observe is they usually lead to the formation of 5-membered additional ring structure. So what happens here is there will be formation of 5-membered ring, that is nothing but the lactam ring, which is denoted like this. So we have O group, carbon C double bond O, which is attached over here. We'll have OCH3, which was in the reactant as it is, and we have our wedge bonded CH3 molecule. So if you have any compound with a 5-membered ring containing an oxygen and a carbonyl group next to one another, then that particular ring is called as lactone ring. Okay, so if a reaction involves formation of this lactone ring, then the reaction is said to be lactam preparation. Here the OH group of this compound is being removed in order to react the substrate with the oxygen of lone pair of electrons. So when this lone pair of electrons attacks this carbonyl carbon, we'll observe the substitution process as I said in the mechanism itself. So therefore which leads to the formation of COO, ester type of a structure, but which is already in a ring formation, therefore it will be leading us to the formation of lactone. Okay, now for the 7th example, this is a different kind of an example. If you observe carefully, we have two particular hydrogens present here. One is an acidic hydrogen, one is a basic hydrogen. Now, the carbonyl compound present here is having alpha, beta and gamma hydrogen. Usually, when you compare for the acidity, the hydrogen present on the alcohol group is considered to be acidic. But because of the presence of carbonyl group to the alpha hydrogen present, this hydrogen will be more acidic when compared to this OH. So therefore, if you have two hydrogens which are acidic and one of them is being more acidic, then the other one will be kind of a basic hydrogen itself. So therefore, when you treat DCC with a compound containing alpha and a gamma hydrogen, okay, so here we'll be involving in the formation of 3-membered ring structure. But during the formation of this 3-membered ring structure, what we observe is a molecule of water will be removed, leading to the formation of structure of product like this 3-membered carbon ring. So it is attached with carbonyl group and a CH3 group. Okay, so this OH group present here will be removed along with the acidic proton. That is nothing but the removal DCC property, right? DCC removes hydrogen from the acidic compound and OH from the basic state. So therefore we'll observe a breaking of water molecule or removal of water molecule. So here we'll be losing a molecule of water. because DCC is a dehydrating agent, right? So this is how the reaction takes place. So don't get confused, because so there is no carbonyl OH group or just a hydrogen group. So now if you observe carefully, we have both type of conditions required for the removal of water molecules. So therefore it will be leading to the formation of three-membered ring along with the keto structure. Next is formation of COOET reaction with DMSO and DCC. As I said earlier, if you treat compound containing such as like this, here we have an alcohol which is free of an hydrogen, and now we are about to oxidize this alcohol to a carbonyl group. So how to do that? So this reaction takes place in a very simple manner of general oxidation. So wherever you have an alcohol group, that will be leading us to the formation of oxidation. So the main reason for oxidation to take place in this first point is we are treating DMSO as a first reagent, then we are treating the remaining substrate with our DCC. So therefore the OH group present over here will be oxidized to form alcohol, that is in the form of cyclohexanol. Now you might get a doubt, sir, if you don't have, what if we have a aryl structure, what if we have a benzene ring here? Then if there is a benzene ring present here, and then the reaction will be leading to the formation of, since we don't have a hydrogen here, see, observe carefully, we don't have hydrogen here, we have ET. So if we have a benzene ring and COOET and OH group over here, that will be leading us to the formation of, as I said earlier, a 5-membered ring, which is because OET is a better leaving group when compared to the other substrates. So then H and OET will be left out, leading to the formation of a ring structure of lactam. Now because there is no benzene ring over here, we can clearly obtain a keto group to the ring. So therefore we obtain this ketone ring, that is called as the Moffat oxidation. So here alcohol is being oxidized to a carbonyl group. So one more example now, if you observe in the second example, here we have a OH group, but this OH group is not directly attached to the benzene ring. So therefore we can oxidize this if you treat them with DMSO and DCC. Again, if you observe carefully, we are using aldehyde on the another carbon. So we are using aldehyde over here instead of COOET. If you had used COOET at this position, then it may have led to the formation of a ring structure. Since we have aldehyde group but not acid, there will be no leading to the formation of a DCC ring structure. Hence, the oxygen hydroxy group present on the CH2 group will be oxidized to form a keto, or instead of, in this case, it will be an aldehyde. C double bond O H. So there was one more already aldehyde group present over here. This is nothing but the Moffat oxidation. So that is, when you treat a free hydroxy group with DMSO and DCC, that will lead to the formation of aldehyde. Understood? Next, what if you treat a compound such as R OH R prime? So if you treat this type of a compound, we have two set of reactions possible. Now here we are treating an alcohol with acid, that is benzoic acid. When you treat benzoic acid with alcohol, since they have given us the stereochemistry, so clearly we can expect products with different stereochemistry. It may be retaining its stereochemistry or it may be inverting its stereochemistry. Now in the first reaction, we have carboxylic acid, that is benzoic acid, being treated with alcohol in presence of DCC. So now what happens over here is, it is a simple straightforward reaction. It will be giving us a product as it is in the reactant itself. That is, the stereochemistry will be retained because there is no involvement of 2-3 steps of a reaction. So therefore this will be C double bond O pH. Okay, when you use DCC with alcohol and carboxylic acid. But here in the second process, first we are treating our alcohol with polyphosphine, that is PPH3, in presence of DEAD, that is diethyl azo dicarboxylate. So DEAD, what it does is, it induces inversion in the configuration of alcohol group. So when you treat PPH3 with DEAD, it induces inversion in configuration of the OH group, so leading to the formation of compound R prime and O like this. Okay. Later, since we are treating them with PHCO, which is nothing but the benzoic acid with DCC, that will leading to the formation of C double bond O pH. So if you observe carefully, here the retention of configuration taking place, stereochemistry has been retained. Here the stereochemistry has been inverted. So inversion in configuration happens when we treat alcohol with carboxylic acid but in the presence of PPH3, DEAD and DCC. If you just treat alcohol with carboxylic acid in presence of DCC, there will be retention in configuration. Okay. So now one more example for the alpha beta unsaturation process. Now if you have compound with beta hydroxy, if you have a compound, let us say an example, we'll write an example ourselves. So this is a compound which has a beta hydroxy carbonyl group, C double bond O. So if this is a carbon, this is alpha group and this is our beta group. So if you have OH over here, so this is beta hydroxy compound. So if you have a beta hydroxy carbonyl compound, so here we have a alpha hydrogen. Here when you treat this with DCC, when you treat this compound with DCC, will involve in the formation of alpha beta unsaturated products. That is because this hydrogen is more acidic because it is near to the carbonyl group. So we will be removing a hydrogen and water molecule, leading to the formation of alpha beta unsaturated compound. So this is the last and final example. So we have discussed about etherification, esterification, peroxide formation also, right? We all discussed about peroxide formation, and then we also discussed about the peptide bond formation and about the lactam ring formation. We also discussed Moffat reoxidation and also the process of anhydride formation, along with this last one, formation of alpha beta unsaturated compounds from beta hydroxy carbonyl groups. So this is all about the DCC reagent. So whenever you come across a reaction involving DCC, if it is present with pyridine, it leads to the formation of removing of water. If it is involves in a DCC with presence of PPH3 and DEAD, it involves in the inversion in configuration. And third important point, if you are considering DCC with H2O2 and treating them with acid compounds, it will be leading to the formation of peroxides. So these are the three important points which you have to remember whenever you have to observe the reactions involving DCC points. So if you are given a reaction which has a DCC in it, so first check for the other three substrates or reagents present in it. If it is just DCC or DCC with pyridine, that is a dehydration process. If it is DCC with H2O2, then it is a formation of peracid or peroxide. If it is DCC with PPH3 and DEAD, that then reaction will be involving a inversion in configuration. I hope you have understood all the reactions and examples involving for the reactions involving DCC reagent. So if you have any doubt, please do comment down below, or you can mail me those doubts to my mail ID which I have provided in the description box. Thank you for watching.